Steve, great to meet you.
Cheers.
Luke, come and have a chat, buddy.
He's one of the all-time great Test batsmen, but Steve Smith also knows the weight of infamy when it all comes crashing down.
I'll do everything I can to make up for my mistake and the damage it's caused.
It was one of the toughest moments in Steve Smith's career. Finding his way back took courage and extraordinary mental fitness.
Fortunately, I had a group of people around me that I was able to talk to and help me sort of get through the dark days that I had. And, you know, I still have difficult days here and there. I'm back playing, obviously, but I mentally prepared myself that it was going to be a challenge and, you know, the crowds were going to be, you know, very interesting. But for me, it was just about going out and doing my job. And when anyone sort of said anything, I sort of blocked it out. I didn't really recognise the crowd at all, so it was white noise, everything in the background. I didn't want to get distracted and, yeah, sort of didn't let it get to me.
Steve Smith demonstrated what it's like to be human, that life often hits us for six, even if you're a sporting superstar.
For me in particular, like, people might think everything's going really good. I'm, you know, a professional cricketer and life looks great, but I also have my challenges as well, and to be able to sort of share those, and I guess these kids seeing people like me and other, you know, sports stars and things like that, knowing that they go through difficult times, you know, it might just put something into perspective for them in a way, and know that sort of everyone goes through difficult times and it's okay to, I guess, talk about it.
Now he's sharing that experience as part of his involvement with Gotcha4Life, a men's mental health initiative led by Gus Worland.
The fact that I've got Steve still supporting, you know, he had that year off and now he's playing so much, and every opportunity he has, a day off here and there, he rings me and says, let's do another school. You know, he's absolutely passionate and fired up for that.
We spoke about going around to schools and talking about sort of what I'd been through and talking how I sort of got through things, and we've got some really good feedback from a lot of the schools after the talks, saying that some kids have come forward and wanted to get some help, and, you know, even just one kid coming forward out of all the schools, that's making a difference.
Apart from the intense scrutiny of being in the public eye, the added layer of social media means there's no escape. It's something that many of our kids deal with every day.
I used to read everything on social media, and you know, it's like riding a roller coaster. You know, you're a good bloke, you're an awful human being. You know, you're a whatever. It's riding a roller coaster, and it's not good for your mind and sort of your well-being. So I think for your mental well-being, it's important to sort of keep yourself away from it as much as you can.
Steve is happy to talk tactics on mental self-preservation, but he knows that the wider conversation has to change.
The old school mentality of men just having to bottle everything up and, you know, just take everything on themselves and not show any emotion, I think that's old school and outdated. I think now it's about being able to talk about what you're going through, sharing your feelings, letting your emotions out, and you know, when you do that, you actually feel better. I've had some times where I've been really anxious and you get that shortness of breath and that feeling of you just sort of don't feel well, but once you actually talk about whatever you're going through, I think you start to feel better, and the more you can do that and the more you can get things off your chest and not let things sort of build up inside of you, then I think you're going to be better in the long run.